Hello, my name is Soufiane ambaraa, and I want to share with you my story. Story of the day that I thought I will die, the day that I lost hope of surviving. It was 22 December 2022, almost a week from today. I was alone in my room like every day. I was working on my computer doing my job. I am a person with a disability. I have SMA, spinal muscular atrophy, which means my body movements are very limited. Usually I wake up and I sit on my computer working during the day, either designing a website or programming some application for a client or finding a client online. That day was a normal day until 6 o'clock. It was like any other day. I did my routine. I was doing my job until I heard people yelling and screaming around. I heard a lot of noise. I didn't know what's going on at first. After a couple minutes, the electricity got lost. We lost the electricity not just in my house, but the whole neighborhood. In that moment, I realized that there is something wrong. There is something abnormal. And I start hearing more noise from people. The place where I live is Mohammedia, Lavalez, in between three of the biggest gas storage facilities. One of them happened to have a leaking that day that I wasn't aware of at that moment. The leaking was very big, to the level that people saw it and got scared, and that's what caused them to yell and scream and run away. And because I was in the room alone and no one was in my home, I did not know what's going on. After a couple minutes, I heard explosions. I heard bigger explosions after bigger explosions after smaller explosions. I was wondering what's going on. At first I thought it's just some fireworks, or maybe it's someone playing with firecrackers. But the explosions kept getting bigger and bigger. And all that time I'm in my room, alone in a dark box. There was no internet, there was no electricity, and even no signal for my phone. I tried to call people. I tried to yell and scream. No one heard my voice because it was very loud outside. No one heard me asking for help. At that moment I tried to call my sister, but I had no signal. Kept trying to get some type of signal, no matter how weak it is. I kept turning my airplane mode in phone and turning it off, hoping that I will get signal. I couldn't get any signal. But suddenly I heard a big explosion. A loud enough explosion to make your ears ring. At that moment, randomly I got some signal in my phone. I called my sister. I told her, there is explosions where we live. Look what's going on. I don't know what's happening around me. She told me, get out, run away, use your electric wheelchair and try to get away from the danger. And I told her, I'm locked in. Door is closed and I cannot open it. She told me, I will try to see what I can do. She got to the social media and she saw multiple news reporters streaming live videos about the fire and the explosions. After my sister saw the videos online from the reporters and how wild was the fire and the amount of explosions that were at that time next to my house, she took her car and started driving back home, trying to save me if she can. During that time, the police were surrounding the area and blocking everybody from getting access inside. and the firemen were already trying to get control of the fire. They thought that everybody from the civilians are out of the area. They thought that only the firemen were there. But I was inside, and no one knew except me and my sister. I was stuck under the fire, under the smoke, and the smell of the gas. And the only thing that kept me there is my hope of seeing my family faces, the hope of continuing my journey through my dreams, the hope of having a second chance. When my sister arrived, the police stopped her and refused to give her access inside because it was so dangerous for anyone to get close to the fire. She started yelling and screaming, calling for help and telling them that she have a brother who is in disability and need help. He cannot get out by himself. He will die if no one helped him. At first, no one wanted to listen to her. Some people told her there is no way we can help him. Some people told her there is no way he's there. Most likely people got him out. But the truth, I was still under that roof, waiting of any time that it will collapse over my head, or an explosion that will take my life with it. She managed to get access to talk to the general of firemen, the man who were in charge. She explained to him the situation, and he commanded two of very brave individuals from the firemen to come with her in a mission to save me and help me. They got to the ambulance and they drive around the area from back to get to my house because they could not get through the normal route. They witnessed the fire, which was only 100 meters away from my house. They could not get any closer, so they stopped the ambulance 200 meters away from my house. And thank God they managed to come in and open my door. They asked me to go out as fast as I can. I used my wheelchair to get out, and I drove it until it got stuck in a hole in the ground. I could not get it to get out of the hole, so they carried me and we left my wheelchair in the middle of the street. At that moment, I did not think of any loss that I will have. Neither my house, or my computer, or my wheelchair, or any documents. Nothing was matter at the time. The only thing that mattered to me and to them is our lives, because we were under a very high risk of any other explosion that could take all our lives at once. We drive the ambulance out of the danger zone, and at that time my sister took me in her car and drove me to my aunt's home. Right now, me and multiple families that live in that area, we are lost without homes. We are technically homeless. Some of our homes are damaged. Some of our homes still exist, but we cannot go back to it because the government asks us to not go back until the danger is 100% safe and neutralized. They say they were trying to find a solution for us to move the civilians away from the factories and the storage facilities for the gas. But we are still waiting. I was one of the lucky people who have a family that I can take their home as a shelter. Other people does not have families. Other people have to either live and sleep in the street or go back to their dangerous homes with no electricity. I lost everything in that day. I lost my whole investment and my whole business, which was my computer and all my documents and data in it. As a web developer and designer, all my life and business is in that computer. I lost my home. I lost my medical bed. I lost my medical paper. I lost everything. And the only thing I'm asking is from the people who have the power to have a world on that situation, the government or anyone who can change our situation from bunch of homeless families to going back to our homes and houses. Please do something for us. Thank you.